This is That Dope Dad Podcast. Real talk, real growth, real fatherhood. No fake motivation, no perfect dads, just real conversations about becoming better men, husbands, and fathers. That Dope Dad Podcast starts now with your host, Michael Hedgecock.
Sometimes it's just logging in, logging back out.
Right.
This technology. So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm glad we're finally connected. I feel like we've been trying to connect for like over a month.
Yeah.
So we're both busy men. So,
yeah.
But yeah, man, I've been gave me plenty of time to kind of get to know you through Instagram and seeing all those videos and then seeing some of the notes that you gave me. So I'm super excited to dive into this today, James.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a short one. So hopefully you have some time.
Yeah, no, I got time.
Okay, and I definitely think you're going to give a lot of knowledge from what you've been through to what you do as a father. And I think I think you are a powerful man with what you're doing with your kids too, that I see. So yeah, I want to give you kudos for that. But that. Today talking with James Townsend, husband, father of 4, coach from Iowa. What part of Iowa?
I'm in Des Moines.
Des Moines, okay.
Yeah.
And you just have had a pretty crazy fatherhood journey, to say the least. Well, started off pretty crazy. And your intention to raise your children with courage, strength, and confidence seems to be number one.
Absolutely.
So this conversation is going to challenge, I think, a lot of fathers, but I think it's also going to give a lot of fathers inspiration. So let's dive into this.
Yep.
And what I always like to do is start, why don't you tell us a little about little James and where he came from, born, raised.
Okay. So I'm James Townsend. I'm originally from South Bronx, New York, born and raised. Did my middle school to high school in South Jersey, which is like an hour and a half from where I'm from in the Bronx. But been an athlete my whole life, thanks to my brothers, having me out there racing their friends when I was at the age of 3. And, I have I'm the youngest of, 2 sisters and 3 brothers. I have a younger brother, but the ones that I was raised up around, the youngest out of them. So, kind of, you could say when you're the youngest like that, you've been around mom the longest. You get to watch your brothers and your older sisters kind of run the streets and do their things and stuff. But, they made sure that, little Jim is my nickname. They made sure that Jim was the one who, stuck to the sports, was the one who had to showcase his talent. So, shout out to my brothers for keeping me down that path. But, yeah, man, my life in a whole nutshell is God-given, and I'm just blessed, man.
Yeah, so you got 2 older brothers and one older sister?
And 2 older sisters.
Okay, so you're the 5th and the youngest.
Yep, and then I have a younger brother, yep.
Oh, and so you're 6, and you're 5th out of 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask you, I'm like, what's up with the New York hat being from Iowa? Because
hey.
So
I
you're a true
live
New
in
Yorker.
Iowa. Okay. Absolutely.
All right, because there's so I'm a huge sports fan, but one thing that rubs me the wrong way, just to veer off path for a minute, because I love sports, when people are Laker fans and Yankee fans, and they have never been to LA or New York.
Oh,
So
nah,
I'm just-
yeah.
I'm just like,
Nah,
or Bama fans. Bama fans drive me insane.
Oh, yeah.
Especially Bama fans here in Seattle. I'm like, how are you a Bama fan when you haven't even been to Alabama? Like,
Right. See, I used to root for Bama when Saban was the coach. I just like Saban as a coach.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So every time when they play, it's like, it's hard not to root for them because Saban is like,
The
the
Godfather.
God coach. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He the Godfather.
Yeah.
But like,
No.
but like
Yeah.
when I lived in LA for 8 years, it was still Yankees. When
Yeah.
Yankees came to Anaheim, drove down Yankees. You know,
Yeah.
the Yankees hat is kind of universal. You know, it's
Oh yeah.
worldwide. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
No, it's yeah, it just drives me insane. I see I don't have a basketball team no more in Seattle, but I'm a player fan. But when people's like, "Oh, who's your team?" I'm
Uh-huh.
like, I don't have a team. Like I like Bron, I like Steph, I like, certain players, and I enjoy the game. But if it doesn't say Seattle, I'm sorry, I can't rep it. So I don't
Yeah,
know. Maybe that's the
yeah,
old school
yeah.
in me.
I'm a
But like
player guy
somebody,
too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I don't. I mean, I don't. The only sports team that I have is this.
are you
So,
are you Brooklyn or Knicks?
oh, no, none, none.
You don't like
I,
basketball?
I'm nah, nah. I mean, it was good to see the Knicks win.
Hmm.
You know, what I mean, New York. It's good to see New York like that, but it's only
It's
Yankees.
Yankees. It's Yankees
It's
all
only
day.
Yankees.
So no
See,
Giants, no Jets.
oh no, no, no. Deion Sanders is my favorite athlete of all time.
Okay.
Um, Obviously Michael Jordan, of course, but Deion, Michael Jordan, and Michael Vick,
Okay. Oh man,
my
all
best.
three
You know,
solid,
yeah, yeah,
and two Falcons. So,
yeah, right, yeah, yeah. Favorite athletes, you know, but sports teams, no, it's just the Yankees, man. Just the
just
Yankees.
Yankees. Okay, you're
Yeah,
easy to shop for then for Christmas. So,
yeah,
so,
yup, yup,
so let's
yeah,
get back on track. But
yeah,
yeah, man. So fifth out of six kids.
hmm,
Sounds like your brothers were a huge part of your life.
yeah,
Um, you were raised by a single mother.
hmm,
Was your
hmm.
father around at all?
Uh, he was around, but he it could have been like he could have stayed away. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, you're around, but you're not around. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you there, but you're not there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in and out of prison, you know that whole thing, and you know, living across town where it's just yeah, it's one of those things to where it's like you there, you're around, you're alive, but you're not there. You know.
Yeah, what was that like as a kid, knowing that your dad's over there, he can get in
Uh,
touch with you, come visit you, but little James or
yeah,
Jim,
Jim, yeah,
Jim,
yeah, yeah.
were you ever how was that mentally for you as like a 5, 6, 7 year old?
Man, it's funny because me and my mother, we had this conversation like a couple months ago, and I was like I forgot what that feeling of like how my son look at me or how your kids look at you,
Yeah.
like you know, like that feeling. I forgot what that feeling felt like
Mm,
because we've been at odds for so long, right? So it's like, and I was like, damn, I forgot what that felt like how Z looks at me. Like I can remember looking at him like that and thinking of him like that, but then it just disappeared and that feeling left for so long. So when I see my son and I see the way he look at me, I'm like, yeah, you can't mess this up at all. You gotta, you know, you raising a human being. You sculpting a human being. It needs to be sculpted the right way because the way he look at you
absolutely.
is like you his world, and that's
You're
how I used to look at superhero. Yeah,
superhero, bro. Yeah.
and that's how I used to look at my dad until and then I felt all the heartbreaks of the broken promises, or I'll be there to pick you up. Wait for me, and you go to
Mm,
wait, and you're not there, right? But
yeah.
then, but then it's like when you're a young kid, when your father comes around, even if it's like 2 or 3 days later, it's like you forgot about that feeling because you're happy to see him. But it's always it's a misbalance, right?
Just ups and downs. Yeah.
Yeah, just up and down. Yeah,
So your feelings were constantly fluctuating.
right.
Was that did that give you a lot of anxiety as a kid?
Uh,
Or trust? If your dad would say, "Yo, I'll be there," doesn't show up.
well, my mom always taught me. I always be like, oh, you know, Dad said he'll get me this, and she taught me, you'll believe it when you see it.
Mm, Famous
And
last
believe it
words.
when yeah, believe it when you see it. And the great thing that my mom did was she never talked bad about him to me, but
Perfect. Yeah.
but I heard her on the phone with her friends. You know what I mean? I heard her on the phone with her friends. So it's like, when you're not supposed to listen, you're supposed to stay in a kid's spot and not listen to a grown up talk. But kids hear, man, they hear everything.
They hear everything, man.
Everything.
Yeah, and then you get in trouble
Yeah.
for listening. Why you listening?
Yeah.
you're,
Yep.
you're
Yep.
yelling about yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's the
Yeah.
funniest thing. Like
Yeah.
go to the room. It's like I still hear you
I
through the
still
door.
hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
man, moms, I
Mhm.
gotta love them, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's one thing. You know, I'm separated from my son's mother, and I have custody of him. But one
Mhm.
thing I don't do and don't allow anybody to do is speak negatively about her in front of him. Because I
Yeah.
say, he has an attachment to her,
Yes.
and he has
Yes.
attachment to me. And when you're speaking negatively about her, he's going to feel a certain way about himself. And so, yeah, power to your mom for not, or at least attempting, at least not saying negative things to you about him.
Mhm.
So I think that's very powerful. I think more parents need to work on that because
Yes.
they
Yep.
use these kids as weapons.
Mhm.
Obviously we'll
Mhm.
get into that with your case, but it's unfair, and it
Yep.
just builds anxiety in these kids that will never go away.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
when so your mother was seemed like two role models,
Mhm.
father figure and motherly figure. But
Mhm.
sounds like your brothers played a huge part of kind of being that father figure as well. Did they
Yeah.
did they always try to keep you out of trouble? Did you have uncles? Did you have other people in the community, coaches, church, other men that you leaned on that you felt that were like father figures for you?
No, it was just my brothers. With my brothers running the street, they made sure, I couldn't do what they were doing. They made sure and it the thing about it is that not only did they make sure, but like people around the hood knew who I was too because of them. So they made sure that I wasn't going to get in any trouble or sneak around either. They knew about me and they knew how good I was athletically in sports and how fast I was in running and how good I was in football. So they made sure too. If it wasn't my brothers, someone that knew me because of them was going to keep me in line too.
That's good.
You know,
Yeah, and the
then yeah,
community eyes on you.
right, right. So uncles, they were doing the thing. They were, had their families and their stuff, so they wasn't around. And uh, I had a little league coach who is white man. His name is Coach Verritt. He just passed like a couple years ago, and he 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 didn't have to come to my hood and pick me up every day for football, but he did.
Mm.
When days where I would cry because my dad, broke a promise or wasn't at my game and this and that. Like he didn't have to do it, but he stopped by the house in the middle of the week and talked to me. Like he didn't have to do these things. You know what I mean? I wasn't his son. He wasn't my father, but he saw something in me when it came to sports. That's probably why he picked me up every day to bring me to practice and keep him on his team. But most people would do that. Like, oh, this kid has something. I just want him for his talent. But he took it the extra mile. Hey, this kid is sad. I need to talk to him. I need to, build his spirits up. I need to, be a mentor. And he was that. He was that for that time
Yeah,
being. Yeah.
that's good. Yeah, no, I coach, and I think coaches are a powerful thing.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Hmm.
you describe your childhood as happy but lonely.
Right.
What you mean by that?
Uh, man, like you, like growing up in the hood is different. Growing up in the hood is like sports, rap game, drug game, right? This is what the no, what the system lined out for us. This is made it this way to get out, right? So it's like when you're playing sports, you have a single mother, you have other siblings, your siblings in one area, your mother working 7 to 11, you over here playing sports. You love what you're doing, but then it's like, damn, you're doing it alone
Mm,
because you can't really share it because you can't fault your brothers for it because they're trying to grow into themselves and trying to be something for themselves, right? They're making sure you stay straight. Your mom is on them to keep you straight. Your mom is on them making sure that they don't get in trouble and fall into the streets, right? But your need to mom has a life too, right?
hmm.
Mom has to keep the lights on. Mom has to keep food in the house. Mom has to work 7 to 11. Mom ain't getting no help from her son's fathers. So mom is there, but then mom is not there. You know, mom is there at the games, right? Brothers is there at the games, but we talking about 7 days out of the week, one
Yeah.
day out of the week. What about the 6 days out of the week?
Yeah. And you say one day out of the week, you're talking about 2, 3 hours out of a day.
Out of the day, right?
Yeah, when you really break it down.
Yeah. And the thing is that that's what we grew up around, right? Is that like as long as there's food on the table, as long as you got a roof over your head, you good. It ain't all about that. What
No.
about the conversations? What about what I'm thinking up here,
Yeah, the
right?
connection.
The connections.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of parents need to know that it's more than just food in the fridge and the house over your kids' heads. It's the connections,
Yeah.
talking to the kids and figuring out what they going through, having conversations. That's what I mean by happy I was in football, lonely I was through it all.
Yeah. Absolutely. Did you feel like with sports, I know me being an athlete too, that was kind of the only time and way I could get kudos and attention and felt like I was like loved the most. Like when you had a good game,
Oh
you felt like
yeah,
your parents loved you the most. So you just wanted to keep playing because that's where you felt in the gym or on the field.
oh
That's where the
yeah,
attention came.
yeah. It's more than that. It's you're going to get that either way from family,
Hmm.
more so from the people that don't know you. That's the
Yeah.
That's the good feeling. You're going to get it regardless from your family and your siblings and, extended family. But when it comes to the fans and the people that's writing about you in the newspaper or the people that come up and see you and say, nice game, like that's the good, happy feeling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
What are some things that she gave you that when you think about your childhood that you're grateful for today that she gave you?
My heart. Yeah, my mom has a good heart. Like a good, giving, forgiving, caring heart. And sometimes I'm like, damn, like, why I gotta have this heart? Like, why I gotta be so forgiving, so loving, so caring? You know, I want to be mad too, but I thank the Most High for not allowing me to have that type of heart that allow hate in. You know, when people speak to me or see me or know me and they know my heart, it's because of my mom.
Well,
You know,
sometimes you get taken advantage of too when you have a good heart.
we'll get into that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
man.
We're
Yeah,
getting there.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, no, having a good heart. I definitely think I have a good heart, but I don't think I've looking at other people in my life. I definitely don't have a heart like a lot of people. Um, But yeah, I know a lot of people with good hearts that have definitely been taken advantage of. So yeah. What does a young boy lose when his dad isn't around?
Man,
What are all the things that you felt
confidence,
like you lost? Confidence?
confidence, empowerment,
Mm,
drive, livelihood, uh, how to treat women, care,
yeah,
love, support, dedication, fearlessness, selflessness, like strength, whether physical, mental, emotional, all that. Is I don't think fathers understand the importance of, or just both parents. I don't think they understand the importance of being there for a human being. Like this is a human being that came from both of you. You both have to raise and sculpt this person to be better than you. You knew what you didn't like and what you didn't get from your parents. So why continue that cycle on with your kids,
absolutely. Changing the
right?
generations.
Changing the generations. You know you hate being angry. You know you don't understand why you're angry. You know you don't understand why you do certain things. But you know why. Let's go, now we have the avenues to go ahead and talk to people to help us understand why we feel this way. Acknowledge it. A lot of us don't acknowledge, our own pain and own struggles. But the
No.
first acknowledgement got to come from forgiving and acknowledging what your parents didn't have, you know what I mean, or didn't get. And then what their parents didn't get. It's just a continued cycle. So how can you stop that cycle from continuing on by not
Yeah,
passing it on to your kids?
absolutely. And on top of that, I always think about what are the cycles my son is going to look back on me as a father, because I know I'm not perfect. So it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
interesting one day when he gets older and sits me down and tells me
Mm-hmm.
maybe a few things that I could have done better.
Mm-hmm.
So, and honestly,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to that because I'm a very
Facts.
open book.
Yep.
I'm a very open
Yep.
book. I let my employees tell me, like, periodically, what am I doing wrong to make their jobs better on the job. Um, yeah, if you're constantly not being evaluated with honesty and integrity by the people around you, how are you going to get better?
Right.
And a lot of people just take it as disrespect when you
Yeah.
should look at it as they're the people that are the hardest on you love you the most, and you should respect that because
Right.
they want you in their life. Like
Right.
typically people that I don't want in my life, I'm not going to give any advice to, and I will not say, "Hey, you're crossing a boundary." You know,
Mm-hmm.
I would
Mm-hmm.
tell someone if they're crossing a boundary so they can correct it, so they can stay in my life. But if
Right.
I'm not telling you what to correct, obviously I don't want you in my life.
Facts. Facts.
You know,
Same. Yep.
so
Yep. Yep.
looking back now, what promises did little James make that adult James is living today? Sitting in your bedroom,
Uh,
listening to some good old 90s, early 2000s New York rap.
yeah. Um, so when I had my oldest daughter who will be 24 this year, I said, and I had her at 17, I said, my next kid, my next children will be with the woman that I marry. Yeah. Living it.
Living it.
Living it.
It's beautiful, man. How long you guys been married?
Uh Going on 15 will be next year, so we just made 14.
Just made
Yeah.
14.
Just made
Huh?
14. Been together 16 years. Yeah.
That's beautiful, bro. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
What, let's pause for a minute. I got to know
Uh-huh.
this. What was your rap group? What was your rap album being a New Yorker? Because I'm a West Coast kid.
Yeah.
So, and we listen to the New York rap,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I need to know what a New Yorker's New York rap is.
Uh it was written. That's Nas. Life After Death, Ready to Die, Biggie, both albums. Tribe Called Quest, Wu Tang, obviously, Wu Tang, Redman, EPMD, Rakim, you
I love
know,
Rakim.
yeah,
I love
yeah,
Rakim.
yeah. But mainly,
Now,
but mainly for me, I would say it would be Biggie, Nas. Obviously, Jay-Z is in there. With Reasonable Doubt when that dropped in '96, that was good. And then Wu Tang, Wu Forever, 36 Chambers, like
mm,
yeah,
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 that era of hip hop for New York and the West Coast, it was just so hot.
yeah, yeah.
I
And then and Doggy Style was in there too. Doggy Style and Chronic, and you can't. Yeah, like when Doggy Style
the,
came out, a lot of New Yorkers had that. We also had the poster too. The dog going over on the doghouse like
from the
that's
doghouse, yeah.
yeah, that's
Oh
man,
man, yeah. Well,
legendary.
when so my buddy Joshua Fields out
Hmm.
here, he does listening rooms. I'll send you this information. I
Right,
think you'll like it. But
right.
it's where the last one I went to at a winery out here is for men, 45 men, and he puts on an album. And before there's cigars, there's food, just getting together. But then you come into the room and you listen to an album. No talking, no
Mhm.
phones, nothing. And his favorite artist is Jay-Z and is the Blueprint album. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, okay. So this is my first time doing it. And man, right when it started, no joke, I got a tear. Like that first
Mhm.
intro, that beat,
Yep. Dun,
and
dun,
yes.
dun. Yep.
And,
Yep.
I love Jay-Z and I never sat down and listened to a full Jay-Z album uninterrupted. And I haven't done that since high school. Like just sit in
Mhm.
the basement with your boys, Swisher
Yeah.
Sweets and all that.
Yep.
And,
Tape cassette.
yep.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
sitting there listening to music and to be in a room with 45 men, no talking, no cell phones, just listening to an album. Man, it was so powerful.
Great,
And,
great album to listen to.
yeah,
Blueprint.
yeah.
Man.
And that was
Yeah.
and the way, because Joshua loves Jay-Z so much and how he broke down that album of how I didn't realize that album was a significant shift in the sounds with Swiss Beats and some of those
Yeah.
producers
Yeah.
making the New York sound a little bit more melodic.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
and he had Timbo on that.
Yep.
When
Neptunes. Yeah.
Neptunes, yeah.
Yep.
And I was
Yep.
like, yeah, I didn't realize how big of an album that was to New
Hmm.
York and 9/11 at that time too.
Facts. Yep.
Yeah. And
Yep.
still selling
Yep.
500,000 with 9/11.
Yep.
So, and there was a guy from Brooklyn there. And afterwards, all the guys talk, who wants to talk. And the guy from Brooklyn said, yo, right when this album started, I smelt New York. I smelt 9/11. I smelt the
Mm.
smoke. He said everything just came back. And I'm like, dude, I couldn't imagine. And he
Hmm.
described the city for like the first month and then the first year. But he described that album to him and his people around him that, got him through 9/11 and all that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. If
but
you think about it, like that was a that was like a perfect time for Jay-Z to drop that album during that time of like 9/11 because
yeah,
it's New York needed something, to revive them, to
yeah.
amend the hearts of everyone during that time. And so for him to, like you said, for him to sell 500,000 records during that time, like they needed something.
Yeah, because ain't nobody going to
Yes.
the record store in New York during that time. So
No, no.
city's shut down. So they're figuring out a
Yep.
way to get that and just sit in their, apartments, condos, and you know
Yeah. Yeah.
get that Jay-Z therapy.
Yep. Yep.
So, but
Yep.
yeah, man. Anyways, I love music. So
Hmm.
before you became a father, you already knew the kind of father you wanted to be.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
and I think this deserves some time. Take me back. You're in high school. I imagine you got scholarship to a high school to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because you're at a
Yeah.
Catholic school. Most Catholic
Yeah.
schools are invite only to play. We have a couple down in Seattle that,
Yeah.
hoopers and good football players go to. So you're
Hmm.
17, a junior in high school, and you find out you're going to be a dad. Mm-hmm. Walk us through that moment.
It was like, man, it was like my sophomore year. Um, that was like one of my breakout years, right? And we just had got one of my best friends to this day, Wally Lundy. He came on to the team. Um, During that time, it was like, I don't know how it is in Seattle, but like back in Jersey, if you transfer, you had to sit out like 5 games, right? But
Yeah, we don't got that
but
here.
yeah, but
So,
but but my best friend, he was coming from a different group. We were group 4, parochial group 4, which is the highest and best in Jersey, and he was like coming from like group 1 from a different district. So he was going through like, he had to go to court for it and all this and that, and they wanted to like the school was upset that he was leaving because he was that good, a running back. So they tried to, take him to court and everything to make sure he sits his 5 games, but per the rules, him leaving a different district to come to a different school, a different group, he'd just have to sit out 1 game. So he does that. So we have, everybody. We have wide receivers. We got the quarterback. We got 2 dynamic running backs, and like our offense was like the Air Force back then. We just passed the ball 4 or 5 wide. It was easy to call out. Number systems. We did 1 through 9. And so whatever position you was, I was the X. My other friend, he was the Z. Wally, he was the H, and so it was like, your numbers. You knew your numbers, right? First play I always notice is all right, 989. So it's 2 9s and a post in the middle. We always start off with that, right? You fake the power, 989, right? That year we won the states. We beat Don Bosco Prep out of North Jersey. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will know who Don Bosco is. They play, all the big teams in, California, Florida, Texas, right? And Greg, I think his name was Greg Toll or Brian Toll. Like he won it like every year. Like he's a legendary coach. So we beat him last field goal of the game. I had a punt return for touchdown that game, and we were on a high. This vaulted us into being in the top 25 in the nation. So I'm on a high, right? And mind you, my school, I always tell everybody this, but my high school was like varsity blues. I tell everybody that my high school was like varsity blues. Like it was far from Catholic, and I'm not Catholic, but it was. When people say, "Oh yeah, your kid go to a Christian school or Catholic," man, that school ain't that. Them schools never be that.
no,
It
I
just
know that.
doesn't.
Yeah.
From the recruiting, from like our coach was a former coach at West Virginia, so he ran his system like it was a college system and everything. And at school was, from the partying, from the women, and so being that we were a powerhouse in Jersey, came the stuff that comes with being, a highly talented receiver in the nation, right? In the state, the girls, the party, and all that. So I'm on a high. I'm on a high. Come into my junior year, we're looking to repeat. I'm on a high. I'm on a high. I'm at all these parties and everything. I'm with all these different women and this and that, and you got careless. Prior to that, my growing up, nobody ever had that talk
Mm.
with me. You know what I mean? Nobody ever had that talk with my brothers. Like I said, I looked up to my brothers, and I've seen my brothers sneak girls in and out of the house when mom ain't home and doing their thing. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to follow in their footsteps, right? Nobody. So
Got a
end
lot
up
of
getting,
testosterone at 17.
yeah, yeah, a lot, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
especially being at a Catholic school to where you don't have to do your schoolwork. You're here to play football, and so everything is coming easy, right? But I have no guidance. I have no
Mm,
direction, right? I have
mm,
nobody in my ear, right? It's just
yeah.
all about football, 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 football. Then I remember coming out of homeroom, and my daughter's mother comes up to me. She's crying, and she handed me the pregnancy test. And I'm like, damn. I'm
She
like, oh,
handed to
okay.
you at school?
At school. Yeah, at my locker at school. And thing about it is, she wasn't my girlfriend. We wasn't dating nothing. We were just hooking up all the time. Right. And now I remember like, damn. Now I remember going to the nurse, and the nurse was so caring that, like, I remember talking to her about it, and she was, just letting me know everything's gonna be all right, this and that. And I knew in my heart everything was gonna be all right. But the outside noise didn't want everything to be all right.
Outside noise as far as her parents,
Right,
her her community.
right, right.
So so what happened? So obviously she's pregnant. She has to
Mhm.
break the news to her parents. You had to
Right,
break the news to your mom. Not sure if your dad's around at that time.
right.
What happened when the parents found out that, okay, these
The,
17-year-old kids are about to have a child?
and the wild thing about it is the school found out.
First?
The school found out first.
Okay.
Yeah. So apparently, uh, uh, you can't be pregnant at a Catholic school. I don't know how they rules work. Apparently, that was a thing back then.
I think
Two.
that's a thing for any
Yeah.
Catholic school. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
There goes all the funding from all the the outside
Yeah.
resources.
Yeah.
Keep this on the
Right.
hush.
Right. And so they called and told her mom, and then I don't know how my mom found out because I was at my friend's house, and my mom came to my friend's house, my best friend's Wally, and she was just saying like she was like Jim, and I could just see the disappointment on her face, right? Like, what are you doing, Jim? And I'm I'm taking it as she just upset that I'm having a kid, but when I look back on it, it was more than just having a kid. That look that she was giving me, right?
It's your decision.
So yeah, right. So we get in the car, we go over to her house. I had to stay in the car. My mom goes into the house to talk to her mom, and her mom is saying, "Well, she ain't having this baby because we don't allow black babies in here and this and that." And really saying that to
Wow.
my mom. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
we don't allow she ain't keeping it. Nothing. We don't allow that. I don't know why she's doing. I don't know how they got together and everything, this and that, and yeah.
How'd that make you feel?
Well, my mom told me it didn't really it didn't really click because I didn't have that much information on it. I didn't. It's like again, I didn't have the birds and the bees conversation, nor did I have the conversation about history. Right? I didn't
Hmm.
have the. I didn't know the extent of the historical battle between black and white. I always knew, hey, make sure when y'all drive through this neighborhood, y'all driving the speed limit, you drive slower. Hey, be careful going through this neighborhood in this car, or, you know, with the cops. You got to talk about the cops because you had to get that talk because you would see it, if not every day, every other day. You would see someone that looked like you getting abused by a cop. So you would have that talk, but it wouldn't be to the extent of an educational purposes,
Yeah.
right? It'd just be, hey, this is what you have to do with the cops. Or if you're in that neighborhood, you make sure you got your seatbelt on, you driving the speed limit because they will pull you over, stuff like that. But it wasn't The context wasn't behind it. So even though she was saying this stuff to my mom about, oh, you ain't bringing no black baby into this house, it wasn't registering to me. So it's just like, oh, okay, damn, she don't want a black kid in the house. All right. She don't want me on her property. She don't want me in her house because I'm black. Oh, okay. I could say that and I'm hearing it, but I don't have the historical context and understanding behind it.
Yeah, so that was your first experience of racism,
Uh-huh.
and you're kind of just taking it all in.
Right.
Where your mother, who grew up in a generation that really experienced it, how did she
Right.
feel about hearing that? Did she come storming out?
No,
She live it, or she's just like,
no, no, she just like took it on the chin and was like more so like just she was just disappointed,
mm,
you
yeah,
know. There really wasn't no talk. That was her chance of letting me know why she was disappointed and giving me the understanding behind it of what is transpiring. What is transpiring between having a baby with a white girl and then what this white girl parents were saying.
yeah,
There was no conversation, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So you guys are still in school, going to
Hmm.
school while
Yep,
she's pregnant, or did
yep.
she get pulled out?
Still going to school.
Okay, so you guys are still going to school together. Do you guys communicate at school? Do you guys still talk?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay, so you guys
yeah.
are still cool. You guys are still
Yeah,
cordial.
yeah. I was there through and through. Went to all her um
Her
her
appointments.
appointments, all that. Yeah, we were still locked in. You know, we
So
were
it sounds
still.
like her mother's words to your mother was kind of her first reaction,
Yeah.
because eventually you were in the room with your daughter's mother, and I imagine her parents were in there too since she's a minor. So
So
how I
so
guess give us some context about that as
yeah.
these months went along.
So
Were you anxious, anxiety, fear? Like, you're
no,
17. My head would be spinning.
no, like it's weird, man, because her in her mother's head, she was taking her to talk to people to have either an abortion or an adoption. But she didn't know that her daughter had other plans. Her daughter was planning on keeping the baby. We planned on keeping my daughter. Her mother didn't know about the appointments, none of the appointments, because she was sneaking behind her back. We were sneaking behind her back going to the appointments.
So
So
grandma wanted adoption or abortion,
yeah,
but you only can get an
right,
abortion, within the first some odd weeks.
right.
So after those
So,
weeks passed, grandma's like, okay, adoption time.
adoption, right. So when she got to 8 months, grandma said, "Oh, you keeping a baby? Get out of my house."
Okay.
So grandma kicked her out of her house, and so
And this
she
is
had
a
to come.
Catholic mother.
Yeah, yeah, and so she had to come live with me and my mom and
Well,
and my father at the time, right? So she's living with me, and mind you, she a grade higher than me, so uh I took her to her prom. She went to her prom pregnant. You know, her graduation, she did all that, right? I'm still stuck by her, right? And she's living with us. Um, she had to sneak around to see her extended family, you know, because her mom was just whatever her mom was the type that like whatever her mom says goes,
mm,
right? So she had to sneak around to see her grandmother. She had to sneak around to see, you know, her aunts and all that who didn't agree with her mother. And mind you, during this whole time, even today, I've never spoken nor seen my daughter's grandmother once. Never seen that lady.
since what, 17, basically, or
Yeah,
ever,
never,
like even just
ever.
sitting in the car.
Even sitting in the car, never.
Crazy. Not even a
Yeah.
picture?
I seen her picture on like, on social media or whatnot,
Yeah. But you've
on
never
her
been
page,
in a
but
room,
never,
shook her
no,
hand.
no,
That's disgusting.
never,
Like,
never.
not like for her.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that is just,
yeah. And
wow.
so when my
And,
daughter was being born, my mom was there, and then a friend of hers mom was there. So, her mother wasn't there. So
but her
no,
mom's friend was
no,
there.
no, her friend's mom
Okay. Her friend's mom. Okay.
was
Okay.
there. Yeah, yeah. And so I'm going into my senior year, and mind you, like I said, she never was my girlfriend, but I would never leave her side or whatever.
Yeah.
I would never leave my child. So I'm doing school and being a dad, and I loved it, right? And I loved it. And then at that same time, I'm still, I'm young and I'm doing me,
So you're about 18 at
with
this time?
yeah, by 18 at this time,
Senior
still
year?
senior year and everything. And so 6 months later, my mom catches us having sex and catches us having sex, right? And my mom is, she didn't want this to happen again, so she told her she had to go find a place to stay. So she had to leave. She go to stay with a friend for a couple of weeks, but then somehow she made it back home. And so when she made it back home, that's when World War III happened. That's
Mm.
when everything just went to shit.
And this is where you mentioned the racism, the prejudice, the court system
Yeah.
affecting your opportunity to raise your oldest daughter.
Yes. Yes.
Let's get into that. Tell us what happened.
Mhm. The calls stopped coming in. She wasn't bringing over my daughter as much. So,
How old was your daughter at
as
the time?
she was like 6 months,
Okay.
6 months. Yeah. And, I'm doing winter track and I'm going on college visits and everything. And, I'm hearing stuff from people around the town that, she got your baby around this other guy and this and that. And, so May 23rd of 2003, I'm having to do what I'm being told. Just go to court, which I think is the right thing to do, right? So I go to court. I'm just filing visitation 50-50. She filed for full custody, limited visitation. And I'm like, where is this coming from?
Yeah, because you guys had a pretty healthy relationship
Yeah, I'm
before
like, right
she got kicked
before,
out. Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, where is this coming from? And like, and at that time, I didn't have no lawyer. I didn't have the funds to have a lawyer, so it's just me sitting at the stand. She has a lawyer and everything, and I'm just hearing her lawyer just say all this wild accusation stuff about me and doing everything that he can to tear down my character to win his case.
Grown man talking down
Grown
on an
man,
18-year-old.
yeah. And so the judge obviously ruled it 50-50. Curbside pickup wasn't allowed on their property. So whenever I had to pick up my daughter on Fridays at 5:30, it was curbside pickup. Couldn't get out of my car, nothing.
So she just put daughter in the back seat in the
Right,
yeah,
right. Curbside pickup. Right.
which is
Every other weekend, curbside pickup.
yeah. I hate curbside pickup. Well,
I mean,
I don't want to
you would act.
deflect the story, but yeah,
I mean,
we
you would act like I was like I had a record. I
yeah,
never had a record. Never been arrested. None of that.
yeah,
What's the reason for a curbside pickup?
yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and with that, like with that, of getting a white girl pregnant in a Catholic school, I had lunch ladies wouldn't serve me lunch. Teachers would be extra angry at me and give me dirty looks. Right? It took the head lunch lady, who was a white lady, to cuss all her lunch ladies out and give me whatever I want for free until I graduated. This started when I was a junior. So the word traveled fast that the star wide receiver, the star football player of Holy Cross football, got a white girl pregnant, and he's a black boy. This is not what he shouldn't do this. So you even had parents calling into the school trying to get me kicked out because
Thinking you're
this
a
is not
menace.
allowed. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is not allowed. This is not supposed to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. How did that affect you mentally?
Man, I was just like, yo, where is this hate coming from? I mean, you know, we lost in the semifinals. It was like that junior year was just like the junior winter into the spring was just it was just dark, man. It wasn't fun because I wasn't getting any care or support, whether at home or at school.
Just
So
felt alone.
felt alone. So the only way I knew how to get support and some fun was to party and have sex.
Coping.
Coping. I
So
mean,
that's kind of
coping.
that's what you ventured into?
Yeah. 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 I had such a big party high because it was like,
A distraction.
damn. Yeah. It was like, damn, why everybody coming down on me? Like, what is going on? Like, why is everybody mad or this and that? And it is like, I always was taught to respect my elders, but when people in a school system who has that rank, like a teacher or a lunch lady or anybody that's of an adult age, I always felt that when they speaking down to you like that you got to respect them.
Yeah.
So I had to take on a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm. Just keep your mouth
Right?
shut.
Just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. Did you ever reach a point where you wanted to quit fighting? Like, what kept you going?
Man, so many times, man. Yeah, I mean, it was like thoughts of suicide, all that, because I wasn't getting any direction.
A lot of
It was
suicide
like,
ideation.
yeah, it was like I couldn't do anything right, and it was like when I would mess up, it was like, damn, I'm gonna keep messing up and this and that. It was like I just like bumper cars, just kept on bumping and bumping and bumping and bumping. Mind you, no law didn't break no law or nothing. It was just that people were just always upset, always finding what I'm doing to be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I had to live through that for 2 years until I went to college, and it was just turmoil, man. It was just so many opportunities for my mom, even though my mom got back with my dad, because that was a whole nother situation in itself too, because he did a brief stint and tried to come back into my life when I'm 16, 17 and try to pick up. Like, you can't do that. Like, you just can't do that to a 16, 17-year-old boy and try to tell him what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I was also dealing with that. But I was always cognitive of, damn, where's the conversational piece between a parent and a child, right?
Yeah.
But I couldn't say nothing because during that time of growing up, you got to stay in a child's place. You don't know what you want. You don't know your feelings. You ain't allowed to feel. You ain't allowed to think. You're a child. I think for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely, man.
So
Look,
so at that point, I became a robot for people.
just numb.
Just numb.
Yeah. It's heavy, bro. How did that season shape the father you became for your children now, your 3 children?
To keep fighting, man. To keep fighting. I met my best friends. One of my best friends to this day, his dad. Met him when I was 18, when I was going through all this stuff. Get ready 2 months before I was leaving for Iowa. and my best friend is Italian and Irish, and his dad is this big Italian, like Rocky type dude from up north. Got the deep, New York up north, Jersey accent, Italian accent, and everything. And he was like, "You keep fighting. You keep fighting. If you ain't fighting for
Hell
no one
yeah.
else, you fight for you and you fight for yourself.
Hell yeah.
You fight for you and you fight for yours. But you keep going. You keep fighting." That stuck with me for 23 years, still to this day. Because
Still to this podcast.
yeah, because it's I don't know why, but I knew what he was getting at. He didn't want to say it in too much words, but I knew what he was getting at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I knew what he was getting at through all the bullshit of the racism and everything. He was telling me to keep fighting for you, keep fighting for yours, and just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Till that day, still don't got a relationship with your daughter?
The relationship, like, so the judge granted me 50-50 every other weekend curbside pickup. Fathers got to realize when you get that paper, that don't mean shit, because it doesn't always go the way the paper says it should go. You know what I mean? There's still going to be hassle and all that,
Mm-hmm.
right? The one thing it was 50-50 curbside pickup every other weekend, $100 a month, right? Until I get to Iowa, and when I get to Iowa, I have to send them what I get through Pell Grant. Now, the court system, or if anybody out there
So you were paying child support?
paying child support, $100 a month starting off, but and she told me, she's like, well, how you gonna take care of your child while you're in college? I said, well, I'm in college. I'm on college for a scholarship, possibly seeking a better future for myself, making it to the NFL. But until then, in college, being on scholarship, I'm not allowed to work. But there is a thing called Pell Grant that I get. You get a certain amount, and I'll be able to send some back home, which I'm happy to do. And she's like, okay, $100 a month until you get to college, and when you get to college, you send us the Pell Grant form of how much you getting. I get to college, right? And Pell Grant is not always guaranteed for anybody to get, because they go off of your parent's salary. So if your parent doesn't meet the requirement of what a parent should make, you don't get it. You don't get anything, right? So my mom ended up making, under what the requirement was. So I got the Pell Grant, $1,750 a semester, right? The max you get is $3,500. So I got $1,750.
And a semester is 4 months?
Right. Okay. They based that $1,750 as if I was getting that monthly. So the new calculations came in.
Jesus.
By the time I graduated college in 2008, I was back 14 grand.
So they came after you saying we're about to take 14 grand slowly from any of your paychecks. Garnishment.
Right. So that 1,700 that they thought I was getting
How
monthly.
did they get 14 grand if you're doing 100 a month, which would be 1,200 a year? How did they get to 14,000?
The new calculation. So the 17.
That's right. Okay. Yeah.
So the 1,700. So the 1,750 a semester.
Mm-hmm.
They calculated down to 1,750 a month that I was getting, to almost 800 a month that they ordered for me to pay. And I'm like, throughout my years, I'm always going back saying, I can't pay this. I'm on scholarship. I don't make this. You have to redo this. New Jersey is like one of the worst child support case, you know, things in the world, man, they are just horrible, and they would not reduce it or anything.
Yeah, once it's
So
set, it's set.
once it's set, it's set. And so that build up the arrears because I'm on scholarship. I'm unable to pay. So she also used that leverage against me into when I would come home on breaks to not see my daughter because I don't want to get arrested.
Yeah,
I'm
held it
hiding from
against you.
cops.
Yeah,
Held it against me.
held it over your head. Man, bro, I feel for you. So
Yeah. And it's
because
like,
it angers me because Washington State's I call it a vaginized state.
yeah.
So men don't get custody here.
Hmm.
I'm a 1%er where I have
Mm,
custody and I get child support. Um, but I've seen so many guys go 2 years without seeing their kid while they're going through custody battles just because of what she said, you know, and
yeah.
it just angers me. So I feel for you so much.
I and the thing is when I look back on it, I could see if I was some deadbeat and I don't want nothing to do with my child, this and
Yeah,
that,
you're
I would
going to college.
phone the
Like
college.
what a young man that is going to college to try to better himself. You think a judge would be like, hey, he's trying to better himself to provide more. Let's give him a chance.
You would think so.
Yeah,
You
but
would think
no,
so.
it's just judgment right away,
Yeah.
which is just
And,
unfair.
and I remember in 2005, we had a child support court case. And I remember the lady looked at me and I told her, I was like, I'm on scholarship. I'm unable to get a job. If I get a job, I lose my scholarship. She said, well, then you lose your scholarship and you got to leave school then. She looked me dead in the eye and said that.
Do you know how many athletes or students get scholarships? Like that's an achievement,
Right,
you know? That's a
right.
huge achievement, and especially back in the early 2000s, like college was still a thing. Like you go to college so you can get a career. Nowadays, it's
Yeah,
like you don't got to go to college to do anything. You know,
right.
you can learn it all. But back at our age, late 90s, early 2000s, if you did get into college, I remember I didn't go to college, and I felt a certain way. I felt like a loser because
Hmm.
I didn't go to college. So I'm like, I'm just going to start a business, which worked out for me.
Right.
And everybody that got scholarships or went to college for academic scholarships, you know, that's a huge achievement at
Hmm. Hmm.
2003, 2004.
Back then, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
that's just that lady right there. Hopefully she doesn't have a job right now. So, so
man.
man. So, um, went many years, obviously battling this. You graduate college or what, you drop out of college? Is that
I
what you did?
graduated.
You
Graduated.
graduated
Yeah.
from Iowa State, Iowa
No,
University.
no. From Rutgers University.
Oh, you went to Rutgers. Okay.
Yeah. So I went to
Ah.
Iowa. I went to Iowa. I got suspended my sophomore year because I let a girl write my paper, and they suspended me. I was like, they wanted me to tell on her, and I wouldn't tell
Okay.
because
That's in New York in you.
yeah, hey, because me and another teammate was in a class together, and the teacher thought that we cheated off each other, but we didn't because a girl wrote his paper and a girl wrote my paper.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Professors are smart, bro. The original AI back then.
Yep.
So
Yep.
okay, you get kicked out or you lose your scholarship there and you went to Ruckus.
Rutgers, yeah. Rutgers, New
Yeah,
Jersey.
yeah. Um, did you walk on or did they give you a scholarship?
Yeah, I walked on, and then in the spring, I got the scholarship.
Okay, and you ended your career there.
Hmm.
What
Yeah.
happened? What happened after college? You
At the college,
did you get to see your daughter then? Like I guess
it
like
was
what? When was the last time you got to see your daughter?
2013.
2013. So she would be what, 9 or 10 at that age?
Yeah, yeah. She
9
was
or
11 at that age. Yeah.
11. And then
Mhm.
was it her decision? Was it her mother's?
It was her mother's.
Yeah.
We were,
Mother probably
at that
chirping in
time.
her. chirping in the ear, telling her, some
Uh,
negative
for
stuff.
for the longest, and that's one thing. Just like you said, I never did. I never spoke ill of her mother and what she's doing around her or to her. No, I don't believe in that. I just, and this is where the heart thing comes from, right? Um, my sister, my oldest sister, and my mom used to always get upset at me because I didn't, I didn't push back when she would go around the court order. I didn't get upset enough, and they always they hated that. They like she's taking advantage of you, and this is where the heart is to come out. I was like,
Hmm.
it, it was, it's no point.
I'm the same way, bro. I'm the same way with my ex.
Yeah, it's no point. But my sister and my mother wanted me to like they hated that about me, and they it's my heart, and my heart couldn't allow me to because I took her to court 5 times. All the 5 times that we went to court, I did the filing just to see my daughter,
Yeah, which
and I
shows that you are trying to be an active father.
right
And
and
fathers that don't do that obviously don't want to see their kid.
correct
And
because
there's millions
it's
of
no hassle
fathers
on
that
right
exactly, and they don't
yeah
care. They're like, "Yo, you're not trying to get child support. I will just be over here in the distance." But
right
you actively trying to see your daughter,
hmm
that should say something.
right right, and so it was like I was just giving up and giving in to her demands because I was back on the rears, and she would call the cops on me and have the cops looking for me. So it was like I was playing her tune so that
Hmm.
I could see my child at some point. When it was every other weekend, when it was 5 o'clock on Fridays and 6 o'clock pickup on Sundays, it'll be 5 o'clock on Fridays and 10 o'clock pickup on Sundays. I would have my daughter less than 48 hours.
Yeah.
But but I knew if I would have got upset, and cops would have been
Yep.
coming at me, right? So
Right there.
so she knew she had that power.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing going back to your sister and mother, a lot of people, when I was going through my divorce, and the power is in my hands. But a lot of things are said negatively about me. I lost a lot of friends. She put a DVPO on me, which was dropped because it was a lie. And a lot of people are like, "Why are you mad? Why are you getting mad?" And what I tell people is when you allow someone to control your emotions,
Mhm.
you allowed them to win. So no matter what somebody says about me, whether it's a lie, whether they're talking negative to me, I just kind of just ignore it. And especially
Right.
at the age of 43 now, I kind of live by I don't have a lot of friends. I don't have a lot of people.
Same.
Um, I just don't give a fuck. I don't
hmm
give a fuck. I don't have the energy for it. I have the energy to wake up, make my family breakfast, work, go to the gym, spend time with my family. That's enough. I don't got
Right.
time to give energy to negative people around me.
Right.
And so, yeah, kudos to you, man, because allowing someone to get under your skin and control your emotions, you know, it's not a win for you. It's a win for them.
No, yeah,
So
it's like it's man, it's like when I graduated college, I got the call from the Bears. I'm in Chicago. I couldn't focus.
who's a
I
quarterback?
couldn't.
Cutler at that time? Jay? Smoking Jay?
Yeah, yeah, and like even my college career, I couldn't fully focus because my heart is telling me I need to be a father. I need to be a father to my daughter. I need to be at home. But my
Just eating
mind
you
is
alive.
right. But my mind is saying football because everybody else is telling me in my mind football, football. This is what
Yeah.
would take care of you. This and that, this and that. But
Once in
I
a
knew,
lifetime opportunity.
right.
Yeah.
But I knew if I would have really catapulted my career and just focused on my football and said, hell with my daughter. I'm focusing on this. I'll get this money. And once I get this money, then I'll focus on my daughter. I knew that once I got that money wouldn't have been mine
Hmm.
because I was so controlled. by
Yeah.
everybody else around me,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And so it's like when I was with the Bears, it's like I had to walk away because I couldn't focus. Because I knew for me to be my best, I had to be all in. But I wasn't all in because, man, I was 3 months out from being in a nut house because I tried to kill myself
Mm. Sorry to hear that, bro.
bec- because of the pressures. Three
Yeah.
months, 3 months before, the draft and everything, and then free agency and all that. Yeah, I was in the house because of so much pressure. Because there was just no direction. There was just nothing.
Yeah. It
Right?
sounded like you were running from chaos for a long time. It sounded like football was being on the field was your
Yeah,
escape.
but it wasn't enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to make it good, and at some points it was good. The experience, being with my boys out there, being with my teammates, it was good, but
Yeah.
it wasn't. It wasn't what I expected. I expected it to be, you know, who I was lined up to be when I was this All American wide receiver, and I was supposed to be this person because I was being catapulted by everybody else. But I had these mistakes and these mishaps that I didn't learn from, right? Because it's funny. It's funny, right? When someone goes to jail, they're allowed to get rehabilitated for their actions, right?
Yep.
When a young kid or a young girl, when a young girl or a young boy make a mistake like that on getting pregnant or getting someone pregnant, where's the rehabilitation in that? Or when you make a mistake in any part of your life,
Yep.
where's the rehabilitation in that? See, it's the parent's duty to, yes, you're allowed to be, upset and disappointed in their action, but it's your duty to help them understand what they did wrong, but to also help them understand how to get up out of it, to mold them out of it, to show them how to be a better father, a better mother, to understand this mistake so they don't make it again.
Better decisions. Yeah.
Better decisions.
So
Walk them through it.
you just, were living the consequences.
Living the
Yeah.
consequences.
And that's, man, I feel like this goes, the last 3 podcasts, that goes to the whys. Anytime my son asks me why, I answer every single fucking why. Every
You have
why.
to.
Because they're learning. They want to know they're growing. And just like I tell my fitness dads, you're never going to have someone you're coaching and they ask why you're doing a pull up this way or you're doing your chest this way. You're not going to tell them because I said so. You're going to explain why.
Right.
So do the same thing to your
Yes.
fucking kids because their brains are molding. And yeah, no, I fully agree that, as teenagers, especially in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I think our generation's shifting that mold. When we made a mistake, it was consequences. It wasn't, okay, let's sit you down and ask you and walk you through why you made this mistake and ask you questions. Like when my son makes a mistake, I don't get on him. I sit him down and we're like, yo, what do you think you did wrong? I ask him questions for him to think about and answer the questions. So
Mhm.
it really gets in. He's like, oh yeah. So yeah,
Yes.
no, what you
Yes.
just said there, it really resonates. And yeah,
Mhm.
and watching your videos with your son, I think what you experienced and what you're doing now as a father is from your past lessons of what you didn't get from
Mhm.
somebody outside looking in. So
100%.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's shift this a little bit because it's been
Uh-huh.
pretty heavy, but it's been very, very powerful in who you
Uh-huh.
are. You said something that really stood out. My wife found me and showed me what life is all about.
Uh-huh.
Tell me what that's all about. Where did you meet this woman? What did she do to
Oh,
change, James? Shift your mentality from those suicidal ideations?
Uh,
Who is this woman? You're smiling.
uh, she's you know, man, it's like walking away from the Bears. That time, that was like a dark time for me because nobody. Where's the rehabilitation in being an athlete? You're supposed to be this athlete from. I was playing football at 3 years old all the way up to 25. Like nobody understands when something is taken away from an athlete when you're supposed to be this person and it's taken away from you, and then now you're like you don't have no plan B, you have no plan C, no plan D. It's dark. It's dark because the claps stop coming, the looks stop coming, the praise stop coming, right? People don't look at you the same, people don't treat you the same. The organizations that you were once with, you're just disposable, right? There's no easy entryway of how to get back into society when you're
Yeah.
an athlete.
On to the
So
next.
on to the next, right? So
Or as they say, next man up.
next man up, right? Yeah, next man up. So, I get this it's 2010, it's my birthday, June 16th. And I get this message and me and my wife uh we went to University of Iowa together, but never dated, never hung out, but we hung around the same circle of friends. Then I transfer, we lost touch. We would gain touch in 2009 on Facebook, and still was just comment here and there on each other's stuff. But then my birthday, 2010, I get this message, right? And it's, hey, happy birthday, how you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Crazy thing. I had a dream about you that we were in love, we were all about each other, we would plan our life and everything. And but mind you, like I said, we haven't talked in years. We just Facebook. And she had the guts to send me this message. And mind you, I'm working at Target. I'm not in the best area of my life and everything. I'm dealing with the BS with my daughter's mother. I'm like, damn, but she had the opportunity and the guts to send me this message. And I responded back like, I could be creeped out, but I'm not. How you doing, this and that. So we talked for 2 months, 2 months straight on the phone, and then she's leaving from Minnesota to go to California for a new job opportunity, which she's a CFA and CFA and CFP, and and when she get there, I was like, yo, I was like, I have to tell you something, but I don't know how to tell you. And the whole time, I was like, I feel the strong connection for you. And I was like, I want to tell you that I love you, but I don't want to tell you on the phone. I want to tell you in person. So I'm going to come out there to see you. I'll come out there to see her. And, you know, it was tough because, like, to this day, to this day, it's hard for me to forgive myself for making this decision. Nothing was going right for me back home. I couldn't be the father that I wanted to be to my daughter because of racism. And it was like, I'm ducking, I'm hiding from cops, I'm having hard time, paying child support. I'm working this rinky-dink job at Target. There was just nothing there for me in Jersey, but just my daughter. But then again, she really wasn't there because of the BS, because I couldn't be that father that I am to my kids today to her.
Yeah.
So something told me I had to leave.
Had to leave Jersey.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
decision was to go to California.
Yeah. Yeah. To go to, yeah.
You feel
And
that, don't you?
yeah.
Yeah, man. You had to do
Us,
some. You had to do something
yeah.
that you had to do something for yourself, brother.
Yeah.
You know. I think it worked out.
Nah, it did. Yeah. Yeah, it did.
Tell me how did this woman? What's her name?
Amy. Amy.
Amy.
Yeah.
How did Amy help heal parts of you?
Man. Like, she never judged me. Um, she, she accepted, she accepted James, the person, not James, the football player. She didn't accept Jim Jim. She didn't accept Jim Jim. Everybody
Love
else is
that.
everybody
Love
else
that.
accepted Jim Jim because Jim Jim was the football player. She
She
accepted James.
she accepted who you loved about you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She didn't judge me. She didn't she didn't care about the baggage that I had coming with me and that was a lot of baggage. Like I didn't have, you know, baby moms all over the place. I just had one baby mom, which was a lot of baggage, that
Unnecessary baggage. Yeah.
unnecessary baggage. And she never judged me. She never judged me for it. She never um put me down for it. She never looked at me differently for it. She accepted me. That acceptance,
She
that
saw your
acceptance,
potential.
yeah, yeah. That acceptance showed me a new way of life that like I ain't gotta be this person anymore or try to be this person. The person that I can be is has a partner next to him that's willing to do life with him, with the baggage, and help me get through the baggage and help me have those conversations and build me and mold me up to where I could become my own thinker.
Yeah.
Uh, accepted my feelings, accepted my emotions. Um,
Allowed you to play out your emotions.
allowed me to play out my emotions. Yeah.
Sounds like she
Um,
just took that weight off your shoulders and kind of just put it on the side.
yeah. Yeah, man.
It's beautiful, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I can definitely tell she means a
Yeah.
lot to you. Just seeing how you're thinking about it. Sometimes when
Yeah. I
you think
mean,
about it, words are too hard to come out. You know, I can just tell with the smile.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, I mean, I live my whole life of approval from others. She let me know I didn't have to prove myself to her.
Yeah.
Only way I had to prove myself to her was through my heart and through my actions of being with her. And she helped me through those things that I had to figure out myself of being a man. There was some rough patches and some rough areas to where
Oh yeah.
my anger, my words and all that, came alive and was said to her that shouldn't have been said. But she stuck there with me to help me get through that and to show me that I am better than this, than what I've seen for so many years through my father and through my community and through what or how a man should be with a woman.
Yeah. But that inner anger that you let out occasionally, that we put and take out on our significant others, whether it's male to female, female to male, it's never about the relationship. It's always about something that you're holding on to from your past.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know who to take it out on sometimes or how to release it until that trigger, I call it a trigger, like a trigger happens, and then it just emotional dumpage.
Yes.
And it is unfair. But the ones that love you, like my partner, she's been with me since my son's been 2, and she's exactly what you're explaining, took weight off my shoulders, was there through my DVPO, they're just angels sent to you, and you just can't explain them. So yeah.
And can't explain it.
No. And they can just look at you too. Like when you're doing something wrong, they just look at you and you're just like, they just know how to correct you real quick.
And the great thing about it is we're living her dream. Nobody but
your dream, her dream, both of your dreams.
Yeah. The dream that she had, the dream that gave her the strength and the confidence to write me a message, even though we weren't talking or like just she sent
went
that
fishing.
Message. Yeah.
She caught you. She caught you at Target.
Yeah.
In the linen section.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's beautiful, brother. Man. Yeah. So I love a good story, and I love, the emotions that a good relationship can bring out in you, whether it's with your woman, with your family, with your best friend, like yesterday. Right. One thing I try to do, I don't have a whole lot of pictures with my dad. We had he was great when I was a little kid. During the divorce, kind of disappeared, but I lived with him and he became a playboy. And my brother lived with my mom. 20s were messy, but now we're really close. But we don't have a whole lot of pictures. So one thing I do every Father's Day is I hire one of our friend photographers and get a lot of pictures of the family. And I put together a clip with some music for him. And I sent it to him and he called me. He's like, God damn it, you made me cry. I'm like, it's good. Good.
That's good. That's good.
So yeah, it's just, because he only has 2 grandkids, one being my stepdaughter, and his biological grandson. But, there's just something about, as you get older, you realize how much more important family is,
Yeah.
You don't know, because you don't know what when you're a kid,
right.
And it sounds like you were in the same shoes where parents were just always working and you didn't really have that family dynamic. And now we're at 43 in our 40s building this blueprint.
Yep.
Not knowing how to build this blueprint.
Yep.
So, and it sounds like you got a beautiful woman by your side helping you build that blueprint.
Yep.
So today you have 3 children
that
you're raising every day.
Yep.
1 boy, 2 daughters.
2 daughters. Yep.
What does a normal day in the Townsend house look like?
Let's see. Right now we're on summer break, so my girls get up. They get up about 6:45. They got to get out of the house by 7:20 to make it to practice at 8:00. They got practice from 8 to 1.
What sport's that?
Gymnastics.
Okay.
Gymnastics. My girl, my 13-year-old Princess P. She's level 10, and she will be a level 10. Um, my daughter Freya, who is 10 years old, she'll be a level 6. And then I have my son who is 5, and whatever he wants to do. I'm taking my time with him,
Yeah.
not rushing it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so they do practice from 8 to 1, and then I'll get up and get on the computer, make sure everybody have their programming, because I write programming for weightlifters, CrossFitters, and power lifters, and then I have my sponsors, and I get paid to work out, so that's pretty good. You
Hmm.
know, and my wife, she gets up and she goes to work, and then it's just me and my son, and till about 10 o'clock, and then our nanny comes and watch him, and then I'll go to work. And then at 1 o'clock, I'll pick my daughters up. I'll bring them home to the house, and then I'll go back to work. And then my wife gets off at 5. I get off at 5, and then we just, and then it's, oh, daddy, you been here, mommy, 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 mom. So she'll never get a break at all. You know, she never gets a break, never gets a break. But I try to tell the kids like, hey, let mommy wind down a little bit and this and that. But she can't help it. She throws herself into it, and
Yeah.
it gives her. So yeah,
Yeah. You gotta, yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes mom doesn't get no breathing room.
No, no, no. Even though they say they want it, but they know they can't.
Hmm. Yeah. No, I
You
know
know?
when, uh, so Lena's, my Cypress calls Lena mom, because she's been around for so long. I know when me and Cypress got to get out of the house. Like, let's bounce, bro. Let's go eat some sushi. Give mom some space. Let
Mhm,
her let her
mhm.
let her squirrel her phone or whatever she needs to do, man.
Yep, yep,
So
yep.
so one thing I love,
Mhm,
you talk about 3 words: brave, strong, and confidence.
mhm.
Where did these come from?
So I always, always been a gym owner. I just had closed my gym last year. The gym owner for almost 11 years, and I got away from that because my online business outgrew the physical business. But always had my kids in the gym with me, because when we were living out in LA, uh, with Princess P, when she was first born, daycare in downtown LA was 2,500 a month.
That's Seattle
And
too.
it's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Man. So
Yeah.
so we
I'm in
so
the
I was
wrong
like,
business.
yeah, yeah. So my wife, she at the time we were living in a loft, 2-bedroom loft, 2 bed, 2 bath loft, and right in the heart of downtown LA. And so she her building was like 5 blocks away, and then my gym was like 15, 20 minutes away with traffic, even though it could be 5, but it was like, with the LA traffic, we just far, right?
Hmm.
So she was always in the gym with me. So it was just, you know, her being raised up in the gym, and then her doing things, and then me filming it. Is the brave, strong, confident, just it just spurred out of the moment of me coaching, and the father that I was becoming with her by her being born. I was molding into that coach. So how I father, so I mean, so how I coach is how I father. Like, is no difference. You know what I mean? Like if I'm coaching a client or training a client, you can be brave, you could be strong, and you could be confident too. Right. So how I'm instilling that into my clients, I have to pass that down on to my kid too, as she's going along and growing and coming along into sports as well. So it started with her with gymnastics. Gymnastics could be scary because you're doing a lot of looping around and all that stuff. You could be brave, you could be strong, and you could be confident. All right. And as much as I can repeat that to her and show her that, and allow her to see that she could be brave, she could be strong, and she could be confident. In school, she could be brave, strong, confident. On her schoolwork, brave, strong, confident. With her friends, at gymnastic practice, all that. So That's our thing in this house is you're going to be brave, you're going to be strong, you're going to be confident. It's not about physical. It's not always about physical, but it's about the emotional and mental as well.
Yeah, you sounds like you preach that for everything in life, from school to gymnastics to gym
Every,
to
everything,
everything. Yeah,
everything. Yep.
that's great. I love that too, because speaking to kids while their brains are developing is huge for me. So yeah, every night, before I put side of bed, we talk all the positive things. In the morning, he comes down while I'm reading and talk all the positive things. And I don't talk anything negative to him. I
Uh-huh.
don't think he even has said anything negative really.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it's a good way to mold your kids. And probably another
Yes.
thing what I notice about myself is how I parent is like I tell my dad, he was a great dad when he was there, but when he was absent during the Playboy stages, you know, I was alone in high school, didn't know what to do. And I was like you, just partying, girls,
Uh-huh.
drinking, smoking, hooping. Um, I had no structure and no balance and nobody to tell me what to do and what not to do. So yeah, I ended up getting arrested many times and getting kicked off the team senior year. So I tell my dad, I learned to parent through you for what you did not do. And
Uh-huh.
at first that really hit him hard, but now he sees me as a parent as I'm growing, and he admits it. So
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, you're a way better dad than I ever was. And I was like, you weren't a bad dad. There's just a time where I really needed you that you weren't there. But the past is the past.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, the
Yep.
brave, strong confidence I love, man. Can you teach confidence?
Oh yeah.
How do you teach
Absolutely.
confidence? That's something that I'm interested in. That. How do you teach confidence?
So the way I like to do it is pretty simple. It's like walking up the steps,
Okay,
right? You take that first step, you see what you just did there? Okay. So we could do this second step.
gotcha.
And we could do
Okay,
this third. So it's to slowly build, and people need to see that,
yeah,
right? So it's like that's like with my son. Okay, let me see. Jump on this one plate. Good. Oh, okay. You got it. Put another plate on. Let me see you do it. Oh, okay. Like hyping them up. That's building their confidence.
yeah,
See, and then when we get to a certain height, then that fear comes in because then now you got that depth perception to where it's like, damn, it's almost as tall as me. Hey, remember, it's in your mind. If I take this plate off, you can do this with easy. Why are you letting this one extra throw you off and scare you?
yeah.
It's the same thing,
I
right?
love that about your videos with your son.
Uh-huh.
Like those are my favorite videos to watch. Like
Uh-huh.
you just sitting there patiently, not trying to push him to go, but just sitting there watching him process what he's about to do.
Yeah,
And even when he
yeah.
fails, because I love how you show when he fails too, and he goes back and does it again. Because
Uh-huh.
I don't think enough people show the failures in life, you
Right,
know, you know,
right, right.
because that is what
Yeah.
makes us. Like I am
Mm-hmm.
me because of all the times I face planted,
Uh-huh.
I've started this
Uh-huh.
podcast because I want to speak to men that are vulnerable to tell me about all the times they face planted. I care about hearing about the success, but what got you there was the face plants, the
Right,
failures, the nights you
right.
sat in your room crying to yourself, you know?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, those videos with your son are just, oh man, I don't even know how to explain them. They hype me up because I can't even do that. he, he, you know, he
Yeah.
jumped like, man, like, yeah,
You know, and
when did you start doing those?
uh dang, when my daughter was 10 months, she those videos, yeah, it started with her when she was 10 months. Never showed her anything, and I let her out of, we were on a break from one of our workouts in CrossFit, and I let her out of her stroller to just run around, and she went over to a 2.5 pound dumbbell, started doing dumbbell snatches, and
Okay.
I never showed her. So that just showed me and my athletic brain and my coaching brain that she's watching.
Yeah.
Like, oh, especially when it comes to your kid, you're like, oh, okay, she's on to something. She got my blood in her, so that means she's going to be athletic, right?
Hmm.
So a lot of us parents think that, but when you a coach and when you're athletic, it just does something to you, to a coach's eye. You have that understanding of, I never showed her this, but she's doing it the right way. Okay, let me push the boundary just a little bit. Let me see how far your athleticism could take you. So at 10
Yeah.
months, put the plate down, demonstrate it. Okay, let me see you jump on to the top. Boom, she jumped. Okay, she jumped, she jumped, she jumped. With her, man, she was just different, man. She was crawling at 3 months, walking at 7 months. So she was always pushing the boundary. She We took her to the hospital one time because she was limping at like 8 months, and we thought something was wrong with her legs. And the pediatrician said, no, she shouldn't be walking right now. Right? So like I said, with that coach's brain, that trainer's brain, and that athleticism brain, I'm just always thinking like, okay, this kid is on to something. And so with her, with the box jumping, she was never as timid as my Freya and Azariah, because she was just that more athletic,
Hmm.
right? She was just that more athletic. It wasn't until she got to gymnastics where her body started growing. Because my daughter is like, and shout out to all the haters that always said, "Hey, oh, she's going to stunt her growth." She's 5'8", gymnast.
Yeah. She's tall. I've seen the photos. Yeah.
Oh, tall, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't until she got into gymnastics to where the brave, strong confidence, really, the real talk had to really come out of her. Like,
You
even
talking
though it was,
about, are you talking about weightlifting stunting your growth?
yeah, I get
Man,
all those a lot. Yeah.
99% of the people saying that don't even lift a goddamn weight.
They don't,
So,
because
it's like
Daily Mail,
oh, good.
Da-
Yeah.
Daily Mail and the AAP organization did a segment on my daughter when she was 5,
Hmm.
because they couldn't
Okay.
believe some of the things that she was doing. And the AAP even came out and said, what I'm doing with her is not putting her at risk. It's actually benefiting her.
Hmm. Yeah.
So when people say that and they comment that, I'll take their name and then I'll bring them to the post, and they be like, "Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry." I'm like, all you got to do is Google is free,
Yeah.
and Google
Yeah.
is free. But but yeah, so it started with her, and then when she got to gymnastics, that's when I really, even though I was building that brave, strong confidence in her, and she started gymnastics at 4. When she started to get longer in height, that's when, like, the fear of, you know, her body is changing and doing these movements and everything was making her scared. And so I had to, you know, kind of step in when she got home and talk to her and let her know that, hey, fear is always going to be there, but fear
Absolutely.
will always be there if you allow it. He's always going to be on the sideline ready to step in, but he don't have to step in if you let him. So
Yep.
we're going to work through this. It doesn't have to work right here, right and then and there, but it's going to take time. But what I don't want you to do is say, I give up today, I'll attack it tomorrow. No, we're going to take our time and build that confidence to where you can conquer this now. So when you come into tomorrow, you have a braver, stronger, more confident mindset and emotional state to where you're ready to attack it. Because if you put it off, you're coming back with that same fear the next day. And then
Yeah.
you got to work through it and try to work yourself up again. No. Okay, let's chip away at it. It's like steps. You're just chipping away at it until you get it, and then you're gonna really do it again, and then boom, there you go.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way to be raising a daughter.
Yeah,
So
you
yeah.
know, and I did that with Freya with for box jump, and you know, now that she's going up into higher levels in gymnastics, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have more talks. With
Oh
Azariah,
yeah.
he just, you know, he wants to do what sisters are doing. You know, always in the gym. He was raised up in the gym too. He wants to do what sisters are doing. So that's how he kind of crept into it. And so I wanted to see how he can do it and if he can listen and understand too. Because a lot of people always say, "Oh, well, they young, they don't understand." Yes, they do.
No, they do. Oh,
They do.
absolutely do.
They
Yeah,
do.
no, so we meal prep every Sunday. So Cypress does Taekwondo Tuesday, Thursdays. And
Nice.
I've tried to get him into other sports, but he just loves soccer. So we
Hey,
practice
that's
soccer all
good.
the time. Yeah, no, I love soccer. I think it's a great sport.
Mm-hmm.
So we always are practicing soccer. I coach his team. He's in a bunch of, what are they, camps.
Mm-hmm.
But he watches us and he knows the gym is part of life. Sundays, we go to the butcher. We,
Mm-hmm.
we buy our meat because we only buy our meat. We don't buy Costco meat. We don't buy grocery store. We go to a butcher. We buy our pounds of
Nice.
meat, our chicken. We get our steaks. We meal prep Sunday. We don't eat fast food. So like you saying, he sees us eat vegetables. He's going to eat fucking vegetables. Like parents are like, how does Cypress eat all this food? Because he sees what we're putting in our mouth. You're
Facts.
eating Doritos and you're eating fucking chicken nuggets and you're eating this. Your kids they think that's the only thing that you should be fucking eating.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
he calls me out. Like we go to the movie theater. That's kind of like my cheat day. I'll get candy and he just calls me out right away. Like, that's all sugar daddy. I'm like, yeah, I know. So, so,
Yeah.
but, like birthday parties, they'll cut the cake, they'll bring him a cake and he doesn't want it. I'm like, bro, you can eat it. It's okay. But he just doesn't like
Hey, that's
unhealthy
good.
food.
That's
And yeah,
good.
no, kids are constantly watching.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, when we ever go out to dinner, what do you want to have for dinner? You get to choose. It's either Korean barbecue, hot pot,
Mm.
sushi. He's never
Mm-hmm.
asked, he tries to slip in Red Robin here and there, but, he hasn't tried that for a long time. But yeah, keeping kids active, letting your kids see you active, eating healthy,
Yep.
your kids are going to follow suit,
Yep.
you know?
Yep. Yep.
And I found it makes a
Yep.
lot of other families uncomfortable when they're around families like yours, mine, some of our friends, because, we don't drink. I don't drink. I'm a year and a
Mm-hmm.
half clean now from drinking.
Praise God, man.
No, thank you. It's, there's just so many families that have excuses for unhealthy lifestyles. And
Yeah.
then they want to get mad at their kid because their kid won't eat a vegetable. It's
Right.
like,
Right. Right. Right.
yeah. So no,
Yep.
your son is probably honestly overwhelmed with all this around him. Like, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
In a
Yeah.
good way. So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, kudos to you on that, man. So, God. Yeah, no, I love your videos on your Instagram. I watch them all the
Yeah.
time.
I mean,
So,
that's my hope with the videos, man, and I saw how like it's about to get 100 views, 100 million views on my daughter's page, and then on mine about like 30 or whatever. But what I love about it is that black, white, and brown. Too many of us have the same story. I wish my dad did that,
yeah, yeah.
and that just hurts. That too many of us, bro. Too many of us. When I see those comments, even the ladies are saying it. Too many of us are saying, "I wish my dad did that. I wish my parents let me express my feelings, or I wish my parents talked to me this way." Like the cycle has to end some way.
Hmm. Yeah.
It has to, because too many of us have the same story.
Scenarios.
we have the same snare. I wish my dad, I wish I stayed in this sport, or I wish I was brave enough to express my feelings, or I wish my mom talked to me this way, or I wish my dad talked like it's too many, and that breaks my heart, man.
Yeah. And that's
Because
exactly why,
that keeps the cycle going.
yeah. And that's exactly why I started this podcast.
Hmm.
Because what I say is we all come from different cultures, ethnicities, backgrounds, and languages.
Uh-huh.
But as fathers, we've lived similar scenarios and we are parenting similar scenarios.
Yeah.
So no matter what your political views are, no matter what your religious views
Uh-huh.
are, we have scenarios that are so similar that we should not hate each other,
No,
and we can share a
no.
story. We can, you know, we can sit in a restaurant, see a family that doesn't even speak our language, but you can tell by the expression on the dad's face if he's exhausted, if he's happy, you know,
Right,
you know,
right,
and
right,
just you got
right.
that dad vibe. Like, we were in San Diego last weekend
Uh-huh.
having, what were we having? Ramen, sushi, sitting down, finishing up. Two families come in, sit next to us. That's a huge thing for me. Kids sit down, parents pull out all the stuff for the kids to play with. So when I'm leaving, I walk over to their table and I go, "Hey, I just want to say you guys are doing great. I don't see a tablet or a phone in your kids' hands. I'm giving you kudos."
Uh-huh.
And they're like, "Oh, wow, thanks." I'm like, "No, that's huge." Because Lena, she's a technology software engineer. We ripped the Band-Aid at 2 with Cypress, no iPad. He hasn't owned an iPad in his life.
Uh-huh.
And that's another thing. Families are like, "How does he not have an iPad?" I'm like, "It's pretty easy. You go outside and play. We have a
Yeah,
bike. We have a soccer
yeah,
field. We have a lot of things
yeah,
we can go do. We don't need an iPad." And
yeah,
Friday nights
yeah.
are for movies. If we have a good week, he earned a
Mm-hmm.
movie. We're going to pop some popcorn.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, I give
Mm-hmm.
kudos anytime I see a dad doing good. I got my dope
Uh-huh.
dad stickers. I'll be up at the field. Dads will be throwing the football at the kid. I give kudos because I don't think enough dads hear that they're doing good. And that's another thing with this
Facts,
podcast. I
facts.
want to meet with dads and show you guys off in a way like, yo, like, look at what this dad's doing. Look at what this dad's doing. And hoping to inspire that percentage of dads that need a little kick in the butt. Like, you can do
Right,
this too, you can get in
right.
shape. You can start eating a little healthier.
Yeah.
Some of these buff dads aren't trying to be like, "Oh, look at you, you scumbag." No. If anything, if you go to a gym, the gym is like the most helpful community you will ever meet.
Uh-huh.
When I see someone out of shape in the gym, I'm rooting for them.
Facts,
When a
facts.
guy walks into the gym, I know you're uncomfortable as fuck being here. So
Yep,
I'm going to tell you, keep showing up, keep
yep.
walking through those doors,
That's
you
it.
know, and people are scared of the gym, but people don't understand. Once you walk through that gym door, everybody in there is on your team, you
Uh-huh.
know?
Uh-huh.
So,
Uh-huh.
but yeah,
Yep.
but yeah, man, this is a long one. I knew it was going to be a long one. So,
No, you good. You good.
yeah, no, this is great, bro. I love this. This is what I love doing, man.
Uh-huh.
So, when your kids 20 years from now, they find this podcast, they're
Uh-huh.
like, "Oh, that's my dad. I'm going to listen to this." What do you hope they remember? And what do you want to leave them as a message for them to listen to if they push play in 20 years?
Oh man. Uh
What advice would you just drop on them right now?
to first and foremost, the most high God better be number one in your life. Um, to keep searching, to stay aware, never allow hate into your heart, but be aware, right? Um, look out for each other and continue brave, strong, confident because nobody nobody masters that. It's a it's so beautiful because nobody knows everything. If you're not a person that wants to just ever learn forever, man, you're stagnant. You're stuck. You should be learning as much as possible, as long as you live, as long as the Most High allows you to be on this earth. You should be learning.
Absolutely.
Brave, strong confidence. You're always going to get. You're going to be braver than you're brave now. You're going to be braver next year. You're going to be braver than the year before and the year before. Until the Most High calls you off of this earth, you're just going to keep on building your mountain. But don't build that mountain alone. Make sure you have someone dangling from your hand. You bring someone up with you, and make sure they have someone on their hand, and so on and so on. You bring others up with you, because that's the only way the future is going to get better. That's the only way your future is going to get better. I'm leading you into the future to create a better one, because when the Most High calls me home, I need this place to be better. I need you to be better. I need you to be the blueprint to want others to be better.
Absolutely,
That's
man.
it.
Yeah, absolutely. You have a lot of faith in your family.
Mm-hmm.
You read the scripture together?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why is that
Yeah.
important? See, I'm not that's what I love too. See, I'm not a man of God.
Yeah.
But I love religion. Um, Lena's Cambodian. My son's mom happened to be Cambodian too. So I've been part of the Cambodian community and temple for 10 plus years, which is Buddhist, which I
Mm-hmm.
do like. It's a beautiful thing. Was around a lot of Christianity with my grandmother, but never really latched on. So yeah, this is what I love to talk about too, is religion, because I think I don't care what your religion is or political view. If it makes you happy, do it.
Right.
So you read the scripture together. Why is that important?
Uh, it's a connection, you know. This is why I say learning, continue on learning and continue on being aware is important, because I deconstruct from religion. I deconstruct
Okay.
from the religion of Christianity because it's man made. I'm a historian. That was my
Mm,
major in college.
okay.
So it's hard for me to turn a blind eye to history and what happened and how everything formed and you know. And so
What is your
when I
religion then?
my religion is to it's James 1:24 and 26 is to feed the poor, uh take care of the battered women, uh clothe those who don't have clothes, those who are basically those who are less fortunate, which ties back to the law, the Torah, the laws, right? That God gave to Moses, is you take care of of those without a home, um, those without clothes, the battered women, um, the sick,
The less
right?
fortunate.
The less fortunate, right? That's the religion. The religion is your action, your words as well. Um, but as a religion, like a title, no, I don't hold nothing. Do I believe in the Son of God? Absolutely. I believe in Jesus. Um, but it's like when you peeling back the layers of religion, you know, you go to where it all started at, and then when you go back to where it all started at and you put pieces together, you'll see that what we were told over here is total BS to what it actually says,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like, so it's yeah, man. It's I implore everybody to do it. Some people don't do it because some people like to get comfortable, but you can't you can't say you one thing but do another.
Yeah.
You can't say this place is God's country, but this place has bloods on his hands since the conception of it. It's just it's yeah. So I try to stay away from what man has created and made and fed to the flock, to these people, to what they want them to know and believe, instead of what the actual word says. Right. So
Yeah. Beautiful way to put it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. We took a trip to Greece, and I love mythology, myth,
Mhm,
legend, and folklore.
mhm,
And my mind was just, it was just a whole nother world seeing like that hill with everything they built back in the day. Like, how the fuck did they do this back in the day? Like, so
yeah,
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 like,
yeah.
no, yeah, that's the thing about it. I love religious like movies just because there's like so powerful, but it's like, I still look at it as, a great story,
Great story.
So,
Yeah. No,
so,
absolutely.
and yeah,
Absolutely.
my best friend growing up, hardcore Christian, got me to go to church once with him, which I enjoyed, just because there's good energy, but, we're great friends.
Hmm.
He's hardcore Christian. I'm just hardcore, be a good dude. And yeah,
Hmm.
we love each
Right.
other.
Right. Right.
So,
Yeah.
um, if, let's do some rapid fire. Let's wrap this up real quick.
Hmm.
So you can get to your family. If they're not in bed by now, I have no idea. 9 o'clock over there. Uh, who do you think most likes you? And who do you think most likes mom out of the kids?
uh, my oldest. I think my oldest is most like me, and yeah, my oldest is most like me, and then my middle daughter, and then Azariah is like mom. Yeah,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
funny how that is. Yeah. The girls
yep,
are always like, yeah, it's funny how that
yep,
is.
yep.
What's one thing every dad should stop doing today? They're going to bed. One thing they should stop doing when they wake up in the morning to change their life.
Good or bad?
Both.
Um,
Well, what should you, well, hold on. How can you stop doing a good thing?
yeah,
You
right,
gotta, like,
yeah. Hmm,
one thing every dad should stop doing,
that's a good question. I never thought of that. Um,
or one thing every dad should start doing the moment they wake up tomorrow to change their life.
oh shit. Um, constant conversations with your kids. Asking the questions. What are you feeling? How are things going with your friends? Who are your friends? Do boys like you? Do you like a girl? Like, yeah, just conversations to help them understand to how to navigate their emotions, their thinking, to make better decisions. If we can, because it comes better from us. Cause I think moms sugarcoat it a little bit more, make it soft, right? When they having these conversations, but when it's coming from a dad who is down to earth, who is chill, who is leaving that door open for your son and daughter to come to you and talk to you about anything, because that's how I am with my kids. I want them to talk to me about anything. With it, my daughter now, she has her flower, right? She comes in and talk to me. Hey, Dad, can you take me to the store to buy some tampons or whatever? Or Dad, it's heavy today. This snack, can you help me wash my clothes? Like, we had that conversation. You like I want my daughters and my son to be that confident and that comfortable and talk to me about things.
Absolutely. Uh,
Hey, there's these boys, that I like, I don't know. All right, this is what you do and this and that. Hey, me and my friends, you know, we we in a tiff. Okay. Every action don't deserve a reaction. Sit back and assess. Assess your feelings. Assess what is going on. Hey, I'm mad at this person. Okay, let's take a step back. What did they do? Why did they make you feel this way? What are you feeling? Okay, let's step back. Let me help you. I'm not telling you what you're feeling, but let me help you on why you're feeling and let me know if this is what you're feeling. Okay, you feeling that way? Hey, I think this is the best way you should go about it. Let's assess it before you react. You don't always want to be a reactor. Everything don't deserve a reaction. It's not making you soft. It's not making you tough. It's making you even kill. You'll know when you need to react,
Absolutely.
right? But let that reaction be a good reaction.
Yeah. Allowing your kids to not be scared to come to you and ask you questions and you not judge them or get mad and
Right.
allow them to feel
There we,
comfortable.
there we go. You said it for me. Dad, open the door and let your kids come to you.
And
That,
you'll
let
find
that
a
go.
lot of beauty in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
There's beauty in that, man, because we were told for so long, what you know about your feelings? You don't know about your feelings. You ain't old enough to feel. You ain't paying no bills in here.
I haven't heard that for so long. That's
Yeah,
so
you know
good.
what I mean? Like it's just, but just think about that.
Yeah. What you know
Yeah,
about your feelings? I don't. That's why I'm asking you.
right. And we'll go
So,
upstairs mad, right?
yeah. Like, okay, I'm never gonna ask mom a question again.
Yeah, exactly. Right, exactly. I could never
Oh
let my
man.
kids go to bed like that. It's because I'm thinking for them. I'm overthinking. Because I hate that kids out there always feel as if they don't find a avenue or an outlook to go to somebody, and the first thing that they feel that they must do is take their life.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely. A safe space.
They need that safe space, and if you can't get it at home,
Yeah.
man, your mind is already telling you, if I can't get it at home, I might as well end it because nobody loves me if I'm not getting it at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if they are getting it at home, it's just so easy. Like, Dad, I feel bad because I made the decision to have sex. Okay, okay, it happens. Let's peel the layers back. Why did you make the decision? Were you pressured? Was it this and that? Why are you feeling bad? Eh, No, it was mutual for both of us. We were both nervous. Okay, it's going to be a normal feeling because it's something that you haven't felt before, something that you haven't done before. But as long as you made the decision on your terms, hey, there's nothing to be afraid about. It's nothing to be, taken back about. This is a part of life, right? It's stuff like that. It's being us, being able to be that open door for our sons and daughters to have that good conversation for them, man. To be able for them to be like, yo, we need to be that because our parents couldn't be that for us.
No. Do you want to be that space where your kids can come and talk to you, or do you want them to go to Google?
Facts,
So so,
facts,
you know,
facts.
do you want them to go to Instagram? Do you want them to go
Right,
to Facebook? What's the other one? Not Twitter, but TikTok.
right,
So
right.
give them that space where they can sit you on the couch and you just listen.
Yeah, yeah. And it's not always waiting for them to tell you, because sometimes they won't tell you. You got to come to them and ask them, hey, so how was your day? Anything going on with your friends? You got to remind them. Remember, you could talk to me about anything. Oh, well, Dad, good thing that you said that. Well, this happened. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, absolutely. I know you like cards.
yeah, yeah. Spades
Okay.
and we played as King's Corner and wait, what's the other game? Card game we play? Huh? Nine cards down.
9 cards. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if we ever get together, I play dominoes, so we won't be playing no
Okay,
cards.
yeah. That's good. That's good.
My
Yeah.
mom taught me bones. I tried to learn cards, but I could not get down in the lunchroom at school and play 13 and all those games. We just played bones all the
Yeah.
time. So who cries first during a family movie?
My wife, she cries first. Yeah. I'm probably second. But yeah, no. My wife and my daughters, they cry first on the movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite thing. Favorite thing your kids call you.
Well, my son, he's into that mode now to where he's like, yo, Amy, yo, James. But yeah, but it's dad. Yeah, I just love dad. I just love hearing the dad. Yeah.
Yeah, Cyber's. I'm
Yeah.
always like, I call him bro, so sometimes he's like, bruh. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, the
yeah,
bro too, yeah. Or when I call him and he be like, bruh. Like,
yeah,
where
yeah,
you get this?
yeah. And they say it's so cool. It's like, oh
Yeah,
my god,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, all right. Life is over.
Uh-huh.
There's no more James. Your children are standing at your funeral. And what do you hope they're going to say about you?
Um,
What do you hope they
um oh,
tell
um,
everybody at your funeral
a man
about you?
who a man who was misunderstood, but a man who was misunderstood but found his way through mom and found his way through with the help of God and taught us to be strong, to be brave, to be confident, to be selfless, loving, caring, supportive to each other, but not only to each other, to our community, to others, to be aware, to to own our own emotions, to own our own mental state, to own our own heart, and to be one with all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. Sounds like dad was a great teacher.
Wow.
A
Wow.
wise man.
Yeah. Yeah.
With one word, the greatest gift a father can give his children is
Love.
love.
No, I take that back. Time. Time. Because when you giving time, you giving all of that love, care, support. You giving it
Absolutely.
all because time is not promised to anyone. So every day, every minute, every second, got to make the most of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw something where somebody posted, it's probably been posted a million times, but children spell time LOVE or
Uh huh.
love TIME.
All right.
So yeah, I 100% agree. One message you would want every dad listening today to hear. That there's a dad in darkness, a dad sitting in his room by himself, a dad even doing really well. One message every dad listening today needs to hear.
For the dads that's not doing well, it's not on you to fix. It's not on you to fix your parents. They had their time. But now that you are a dad, you can fix you through your kids. That's how you heal.
Yeah,
That's how you make the rest of your time better. Is because your habits that you picked up through your parents dies with you. New habits get new and better habits get created with your kids and live on through your grandkids and your great grands, and then that's how your legacy is being born. Right? Through your dads that are doing good, keep it up. Don't let off the gas pedal. When you do let off the gas pedal, know that you can press it again and again and again and again. Don't be afraid to mess up. Just because you're going good and you're doing good, every mess up, every mistake is allowed to be rehabilitated. It's allowed to be pieced together. So just keep on doing what you're doing, but be aware of, mistakes, be aware of, disappointments, being aware of messing up. It's okay, right? It's okay. That's the great thing about being a parent, is that everything is not going to be set right in our life. And we want our kids to see that everything is not set perfect. I want my kids and I want your kids to see that, hey, my dad and my mom battled through this. My dad battled through this. My mom battled through this and never gave up and still rose on the end. When you don't rise on the end, then you leaving your offspring with something to fight for that they don't know how to fight for.
Yeah.
Right.
Setting the example.
Yeah. Setting an example is huge, man.
Yeah. I feel, even though we're raising children, I feel once I became a dad, I feel like Cypress is raising me at the same time.
Man. Yeah. Yeah. I told my son in the one video, you have me. Like, I don't think me and my dad ever threw a football together.
Damn.
I don't even think we ever went to a movie together. Yeah. I mean, those like, man, like dads, we got to step it up, man. Like I said, too many of us have the same stories. And if you listen to this, you have right now to make it better. Don't wait. Don't wait. And you know what? I had plenty of other fathers come to me and ask me, like, how can I be this father? I said, you're doing it. Well, I never had this and this and that, but you're doing it now by being in their life. Just be a little bit more active. Just be a little bit more present. That's it.
Yeah.
Kids ain't asking for the whole world. They just want their world is you. Just be a little bit more present. Give them some time. Give them some support, some care. Just that much. That's it.
Yeah, they don't ask for much.
They
They don't need
much,
much,
man. No.
So, yeah. Well, James, man, your story is incredible about overcoming racism, becoming a father at 17. It's about choosing fatherhood every single day. And I feel like you're doing that. I thank you so much for doing this podcast, these 2+ hours together. I don't think this is going to be our last time. I plan to reconnect with dads, as many times as I can, just to see them grow and hear about their children growing. And because I know, toddlers to teenagers, it's a different world. And I think your commitment to being a dad is powerful. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Where can everybody find you? What's your IG handle? Do you have a website?
Yeah. So my IG handle is at the James Townsend. And then you can also find me on TikTok as at King Humbled Daily.
All right. We'll put those in the show notes so everybody can follow you, get in touch with you if they want any questions, any coaching. So, man, I appreciate this. So
absolutely. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you. Have a good night. Thank you for staying up so late over there in the Midwest. So,
of course. Thank you, bro.
Thank you for listening to That Dope Dad. Please like, subscribe, and join the conversation on our socials at @ThatDopeDad_podcast on Instagram, or email Michael directly at contact@thatdopedad.com.